Welcome to another video from Cardboard East. My name's Jay. I play board games from Asia and share what I find with all of you. Today we're going to do a teach and play video of Animals Gathering, the latest game from Wonderful World Board Games, designed by Dugu Wei, known in Taiwan as Dugu Ge, like Big Brother Dugu, and art is by Yuan Momoko. In Animals Gathering, dark magic has, well, destroyed all the animal life in the kingdom, and you are one of 5 selected mages set out to bring these animals back from the dead in this very magical way. This plays from 2 to 5 and is a family-friendly game. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the animal index cards. Here's the deck here I shuffled out, and I created a market of 5 cards. It's always going to be 5 cards no matter the player count. These are the dice. I'll talk a little bit more about them in a little bit. This is for the advanced game, which I'll be playing with today because, well, it's not that much more difficult. And to get started, the first thing you're going to do is shuffle these 5 mage cards, and then you're going to randomly distribute them among the players. So let's just do these 2 today. I will be blue and my opponent will be purple. Now, if you look really closely here on this card, you will see that it's divided into a couple of little things here. So first, there's a little image here. There's a number here, and blue. I'm not sure why they needed to write out the color because there's no real necessary need for it for the gameplay. But the number here is to determine player order. So whoever gets this card, number 1, will be first. And second, third, and fourth, and you'll go in numerical order. Here is a player ability. And down here, you see these orange, green, and blue cubes. Well, that's the dice, and that's the distribution of the dice. And that is what is on each side of the dice, so that way you'll know which dice you should roll. Down here at the very bottom, you'll see the constitution of the deck. So you'll see that there are 18 land cards, 10 aquatic cards, and 7 aerial cards. It's not 100% necessary to know that to play the game, but it'll give you a better idea of what to go for and help you have more informed decisions. My player ability is that if I roll a different symbol on each of the 4 dice that I roll, then I gain 1 more. But it has to be at least 4 dice. Purple's ability is that they will always get to roll 2 dice more than what they're supposed to roll. Now, let's also talk briefly about the index cards. They can be a little bit intense the first time you go through, but I think the iconography is really clean and really simple. So as I mentioned before, there are only 3 suits in the game. There's water, which is shown here, the aquatic, there is the land, which is the green here, and there's also aerial, which is the orange here. So naturally there are animals that fly, animals that live in the forest, and animals that live in the ocean. Also, I picked these cards here, so the lowest victory points worth is 2, and the highest is 8. Now, also down below here, you'll see at the very bottom, the cards will always be in a state of fulfilled and fulfilled, or should I say empty and not complete, and then complete. You're going to slowly build these animals here with these little pieces of shapes. There's a nice little tray here that comes with the game. Once you put all the pieces here, then it'll become complete. Now, once it becomes complete, you'll see these little different each card has its own little power ability, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Now, there are 3 abilities here shown here at the bottom with this little symbol here. This one means that it's permanent. That means once it's activated, you'll always have this ability, and that ability is always in play. The second one here is this question mark, and that is endgame scoring. So at the end of the game, you'll score more points. So this one is every completed aerial card I have is an additional 3 points, including this card. So if I can, right now this card is 2, if I complete it, it's worth 5. Last but not least is the activation bonus. Once this means activated, activated means that it's incomplete and then becomes complete, and now it's activated. When that happens, when it shifts to the other side, then I get to activate this ability. This one means I could take any one of these 4 pieces here. But not just that. If, let's say, I completed Mr. Dog here, then it comes here, and the dog has the activation ability. I get to activate the dog's ability, and I get to activate the sloth's ability again. So every single time I complete a card, all the activation ability cards happen, and I can determine in the order in which they happen. Now, these 3 special abilities aren't tied to the suits. So if, for example, you look here, the next 3 cards here from this deck, these are 3 forest cards here, and if you see here that all 3 of these cards each have a different ability. So this has endgame scoring, this has an activation, and this is permanent. You're going to randomly deal out 3 cards to each player, and then each player is going to take one and choose. I'm going to choose the sloth for me, and then purple will choose out of these 3. Well, let's see here. Oh, this means I can't get attacked. That means each set I get is worth 6 points. So let's do that. Now, on your turn, you can do one of 2 things. You can either, 1, take a card from the market, and then you would immediately refill it with another card. That's it. That's your turn. The second thing that you could do is you could roll the dice. So I have my card here. I'm going to roll 6 dice. You roll 6 dice minus incomplete cards that you have in your tableau. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Now I can choose which 5 I roll, and don't forget that on your player ID card you have the constitution of all the dice, so you can kind of have an idea of which dice you should be rolling. In addition, we'll be playing with the advanced deck, so this is not that difficult. You just draw 2 cards and then you choose which of the 2 cards you want. I'm going to choose, let's see, rock and roll, which means I get to re-roll the dice, or all in. So I'm going to do all in, and basically this means it's a 1 time per game ability. So at any point in the game, I could just take this, cash it in, and then activate this ability. So at one point in the game, I'll be able to roll all 6 dice regardless of any limitations here. Ooh, let's see here. This one has reshuffle and animal resonance. Ooh, he should have gotten that. I think I'll choose animal. No, I'll do reshuffle. And then once this is done, you take this and put it away out of your mind. And that's the advanced game. So now we'll go ahead and get started. I'll start here with blue. Blue has a sloth. They need an activation ability. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this dog, so that way hopefully these 2 will combo together. Now it goes to purple. Purple is going to go ahead and, let's see, purple's going to go ahead and draw another card. The reason why I'm going to draw a card is because there are only 7 aerial decks in the game, and aerial cards in the game, and I need those cards to complete these sets that I need. Another card comes out, and now we're ready to roll. So blue is going to roll 4 dice. Let's see here. I need 2 loops, 3 wiggles. Wiggles are mostly on orange, so I'm definitely going to roll 2 orange. Hexagons only appear on the blue, so I'm going to roll the 2 blue as well, and then we'll just toss in 1 green for good measure. I take those dice, I roll them here. Now I look at these dice and I see which dice that I can use. Okay, I can definitely use the smile here. I can use the triangle. I can use this other curved piece here. I cannot use this eye drop, and I cannot use this little carrot. So what that means is I will take these pieces here. So I'll take them. These are double-sided. They don't matter. You could choose any color, the whichever one you think is prettier. And then the triangle here will go here on the dog, just like so. I can even, let's see, let's give them all purple. No, let's give them, red and purple. So that is done here, and I'm done with these dice. Now the dice that I can't use is shared by all the players. So if player 2 can use the drop and the carrot, they can use that. If player 3 can use the drop and the carrot, they can use that. They don't draft the dice. Everyone gets everything that you can't use. So I have a drop here, so I'll take the drop. And carrots here, I'll take the carrot. Done. And now it's orange's turn. Orange is going to roll the dice. Orange always rolls 6, so I should be rolling 6, but I have -2, which is 4, but my player ability gives me a +6. So I'm going to roll that and roll all of these. So to that, a squiggle, which I can't use, a carrot, which I can use, a little hashtag, which I can use, and a triangle, which I can use. So This ability can use all that. This squiggle, I can use that for my dog. Purple, on the other hand, it has a lot of stuff here. So purple's gonna get this. Purple has that, and it has another carrot, and it has 2 giant arcs for their fly. Well, their fly is almost done there. Okay, I believe I forgot to activate Blue's ability, so that's my fault there, my bad. And well, Blue's just gonna go ahead and keep rolling. So I need these squiggles, so I still need 2 orange here. I don't need any more big waves, but I do need the 2 blues to get this hex, and the hex is only 1 out of 6. And then I'll just do another green. All right, same as before. Oh, look at that. I have more hexes than I need. So 1 hex is for me. I cannot use this. I can use this. I cannot use that. And I cannot use this. To speed things up, I recommend that you just get the dice first. This is the dice I use. That's the dice I can't use. And then everyone can get their pieces. That's a way to kind of speed up the game. So let's see here. My dog is almost complete. My sloth is almost complete. Those are done here. Another teardrop for the fly. Let's give it nice crystal blues. All right. Curvy thing here. And the hex. Okay. So now the fly is finished. So the fly is going to move over here. And then it's going to activate. I could get any one of these for free. Unfortunately, I don't need those things, so there's nothing to do there. All right. And that was Blue's turn, and now it's Purple. Purple definitely needs to get another card, so we need to get, hopefully, let's get a goose. All right, and these are almost done because they're completed here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another card. Ooh, sea turtle is 7. Let's do the starfish. That's a hate draft because he needs it and I don't. Now it comes back to Purple's turn. Purple has enough cards, so Purple has 6, minus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Purple rolls all the dice. What does Purple need? Purple gets this. Cannot use that. It can use this. It can use this. It cannot use this. And it cannot use that. So, blue, teardrop, and another little one here. And the woodpecker's almost done. Down here we have a teardrop, which we can't use. The triangle, which we can use for our starfish. And this little arrow here for our starfish. Okay, purple is done. Now it's Blue's turn. Blue's gonna roll, and this time I'm gonna really remember to use my ability, but unfortunately I can't because I need 4 dice. So I definitely need a squiggle. The squiggles are on orange. And then I need this, so I'll take a green. So hopefully, let's do this. 2 green, and then 1 orange. And almost, okay. I can't use this curve, but I could use everything else. They can't use that curve. That's fine. I'm happy. I can't help them. And then we have this little angle here to finish that. Next is Purple. Purple's going to roll 6 again. Okay, I can't use these. I can use this. I can use this. And I can't use these 2. So let's take this all one at a time, shall we? So this one's going to come here. And then this one's going to come here. Now this gets to activate. This moves here. And then all of a sudden my fly activates because I once did this, and then I can draw something. So I can get this hexagon, which is here. And then this activates as well. And unfortunately, I didn't plan that out, so I could have had 2 more cards here. But we're almost there for the end of the game. The end of the game ends when someone gets 5 cards. Blue needs to get these things here. Blue gets, blue gets 2 of these. So blue's gonna do this. Blue can't use these, but blue can use both of these. Or what should happen is blue should take this one, go here, this gets completed. Now blue can draw another card due to the dog's ability. And he has this big bonus here, but he's gonna need some wood cards. I already have 2 wood cards here, so I think I'm gonna go for a snail. And now it is blue's turn. Blue's gonna roll 3 dice. I need lots of squiggles for here, so we're gonna do 2 oranges or 2 blues, 1 green. Okay, I roll. There we go. Both of these I can use, and this I can use. So purple can't use anything. So I go here, that's almost done. And 2 more little things here for my snail. Now, purple doesn't have any cards, so they definitely want to have cards. They're gonna take a green card if they can. Let's do the ostrich. And then we're gonna go back to blue. Blue's just gonna roll 3 dice again. Let's do, well, we definitely want to finish this. So let's get 2 oranges here to increase the probability of that, and we'll do 1 blue to hopefully get this. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the starfish gets the triangle, and we have 2 squigglies here. So we'll do 1 squiggly here and 1 squiggly here. Yay, sloth is done. Now, sloth has an activation ability, which means I can draw something. And then, let's see here, I'm gonna draw a triangle. And then that completes this one. So I'm going to draw, this has the sets, right? So I'm gonna draw this peacock here. This comes out and completes, and that's my draw. Okay, and then we are done for blue. Purple is up. Purple definitely needs another blue and another green to activate this as best they can. There's only 1 blue left, so purple's going to grab this blue while it's available. Not to mention that it's worth 7 points. And then blue's going to go. Blue definitely needs all these little rings here. So he's going to do 2 orange, and he's going to do 2 blue. I don't really need what on the blue dice, but the blue is the only one that has a triangle, and triangles are wild pieces for me due to my starfish hookup. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these dice. Okay, and look at that. I got my triangle that I was looking for. Okay, and a hex. I cannot use that hex. I can definitely use these. I can definitely use these. So these 2 strings here, I'm going to go ahead and just plop that. 1 and 2 here for the peacock. This triangle, I can make it, due to my starfish, I can make it anything I want. So I'm going to make it this thing. And now my snail is complete. My hex is different. Unfortunately, these 3 are all the 2 of them are the same, so I can activate my blue ability here. So here we go. Game is almost done. And then once this moves over here, I can activate these abilities. So I can activate getting a new card. So, I want to get this other 6. And I only have 1 blue, so let's go ahead and get this last blue here. And then I can get 1 more piece, one of these pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and choose another little thing here for the peacock. And then we're done for blue. Now it goes to purple turn. Let's see here. Well, purple needs another green, so this reshuffle ritual isn't going to be necessary. So we're going to go ahead and roll all 6. Woo! Curve, curve. Straight, which we need. Another wiggle, wiggle. And that. So we'll be able to use everything except for these. So we'll go ahead and do that. Get the squiggle, squiggle. Let's go to our ostrich. We get this little trapezoid here for Monsieur Turtle. And the turtle has this cute little tail here. They're done. Now blue gets to use both of these, and blue's going to do that. So I'm going to complete my little peacock here, and then, ooh, the dolphin. Now let's do the purple. Purple looks better. Okay. Now it's blue's turn. Blue's going to roll 4 dice. Blue needs this. He's going to roll the 2 red blues. Hopefully he gets those. This will be orange. Orange? No. Let's do green. All right, let's do all 4 of these. Or let's do, yeah, that's the strategy. I'll have 2 different color cards. So hopefully I'll be able to unlock that ability. And I did. I unlocked that ability. That is super duper cool. So here's this little trapezoid here. That's done. I have a teardrop. That's done. Now I have a little triangle here for the carrot. That's done. And then I have another triangle here. I could, if I wanted to, I could do this and end the game. I'm not going to because I'm greedy and I want to get some more pieces done. So I'm going to take this triangle and place it here. My goal is to hopefully finish these 2 at the same time, just because I'm feeling greedy. In addition to that, I rolled 4 different ones, so I can activate this ability. So I am going to choose this triangle. I chose the triangle and not the trapezoid because, well, the turtle's here and it has all those trapezoids. I have only 2 pieces left, so hopefully I'll be able to get that in time. Purple's here. Purple's going to roll all 6. And let's see what we can see. There's that. I can use that. I can use this. I can use this. I can use this. I cannot use this teardrop. And I cannot use this triangle. So we completed the legs of our very graceful sea turtle. And we finished the head of the ostrich. Oh, wait! I have the starfish. The starfish allows me to use this to do it. So I could do that. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and take this. That's going to finish the peacock. Peacock's going to come here. And then I get to activate all of these things. So only these 2 are activated cards. I could just pull another card, that's fine. But then I could pull this one. I get to do that for the dolphin. And then the dolphin is completed. And that has triggered, no, Mr. Dolphin. And that has triggered, well, the end of the game. And it is time for final scoring. When you count your final scores, you do not count any points that you got from your unrevived animals. You only count the revived animals. So let's see here. Blue has 10, 14, 24. 24 plus 7 is 31. Nothing else is worth victory points here. Oh, 31. Oh, it's 31. And then, every card that has a red triangle is an additional 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 6. 31, 37 points. Hey, that's not bad. Purple, unfortunately, just couldn't get it together. I guess I did a bad job with purple. They have 14 points. Ouch. But if they had finished this, let's see, 14 plus 11, that's 25. The plus 1 here is 26. Plus another here, that'll be 32 points. Well, that's not 37, unfortunately. And that is how you play Animals Gathering. Now, as soon as one player has at least 5 cards, then the game just ends completely. You just finish that active player's turn, and then the game just ends. There are no equal turns. Now, let's go back up top, and I can share you my thoughts on Animals Gathering. And that has been Animals Gathering. Okay, I like this game. I'll just say that right now. I think it's a good family game. It's very approachable for the new gamers. And at the same time, there's enough depth here to reward people who like to play deeper games. Components. Let's talk about components. Everything's good. I love these big tarot cards here. They didn't have to have like these big tarot cards, but I'm glad they did. I really like how bright and colorful they are. Like it's very, very clear. Like that's a water animal, that's an air animal. Like these big, bold colors. I love it. I really like how beautiful this looks on each animal. Like when they're completed, it's so colorful and clean and nice. Kind of looks like a stained glass window. The components of these pieces are actually nice, thick cardboard as well. So they didn't skip out on that. It comes with a tray for all the components. They didn't have to do that, so I'm glad they did. There's also this little plastic overlay that goes over there, so ideally the opponents don't shuffle around too much when it's in storage. 2 thumbs up there. Even the tiny cards, the mage cards, and the spellbook cards have a nice linen finish. They're not too thin, not too thick. And the dice are not plastic. They're this nice, chunky, thick blue, and I love how big the dice are, so it's really easy to see what you rolled, and everyone can kind of easily see. In terms of gameplay, I really like the story arc for this game. You kind of start off with 1 card, and that card kind of determines what your strategy is going to be. Because you only have 5 cards, or 4 cards, so you kind of build an engine. So the first 3 cards that you complete will kind of determine how you're going to play the game. And I do like that, and I like that it's only 5. It could be 6, but I think 5 is that right number where it just ends right before it gets crazy. There's a lot of replay value here because all the animals have, unique powers, and it's interesting to see how certain animals combo off each other. Now, in terms of the spell cards for the advanced game, well, I don't think it's that difficult. I'm probably going to play them every single time I play this game. I didn't use them in this game, although I definitely should. Blue had this moment where they only had 3 animals, so they only need 3 dice, therefore not activating their ability, and I should have just used my spell there to use all 6. I typically like to save like these one-offs like the very end, but once it was there, it was a little too late, and I should have probably used it in the mid-game. The same is true for purple player. There was one point in the game where purple player activated all the cards and he could have gained more pieces, but he didn't have a card, and I should have used his spell so that way I can reshuffle the deck and then immediately draw a card and then immediately put pieces on that card. So the lesson learned here is that this should be done mid-game, not late game. And mid-game comes quickly in Animals Gathering. I will say that from a publisher perspective, I think 104 World Games makes solid games. This is definitely one of the better games from their catalog, although it's not my favorite. My favorite, I think, is still give me an A+. It's about students cheating. I used to be a teacher, so I find that really resonates with me in that theme. There are a few negatives to the game. I don't know why they have they wrote blue, like I'm the blue mage, I'm the yellow mage. They gotta give them a name or have the name in Chinese, like Lan Lan or Lulu or Huang or Hong Hong or Zi Zi. Like that could have been a little bit more interesting. So that way the mage has a little bit more character and not just kind of dry. The other big thing that I have is that there is a way to get like 8 to 10 cards, and average score of this game is usually in the 30s, but I have played a game to where one person had gotten well on the higher 50s and could have gotten to the 60s or 70s if they wanted to, but they just said no, I'm just tired, let's just end the game now, and I win, obviously. And that is because of the, sorry doggy, I think the dog's ability to draw cards. This goes really, really well with the other activation abilities for, sorry, Mr. Goose, which draw components. So there's almost like this chain effect where the dog draws a card, you activate all the cards, the dog draws a card, and then everything kind of fills up, and then all of a sudden you fill up the card, and then it comes in, and then everything activates again. And there's even a spell card, which is, let's see over here, which is Animal Resonance, which allows you to activate all the activated abilities again. So if you could do that, you could kind of fill up to 5 or 6 or 7, and then you do the Animal Resonance, and you could start that whole chain again. That is a very, very conditional, because I think you need the right mage to do that, you need the right spell card to do that, and you need the right opening hand to do that. And the market needs to feed you the right cards. But if you're able to do that, then you have this amazing strategy that I don't see other ways to beat it, at least not in my plays. That is But it is a rare case. Like when I talked to the publisher about that, he's just like, whoa, 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 how did that happen? I've never seen that happen before. But I believe that last time I talked to him, he's going to try and figure a way to kind of ensure that doesn't happen or add something to the rulebook. But I think ultra powerful combo strategy that's very rare to happen isn't a deal breaker for me. But the biggest complaint that I think I have actually is the component tray. The component tray is nice. Don't get me wrong, like it's nice to have a component tray. I think it's great. It's not conducive if you store your games vertically because the components will move around and the little ones will get everywhere. So it's kind of annoying. So this is a game that you will have to store horizontally. And in addition to that, these bins are not created equally. There's this nice little label here that kind of shows this indentation that kind of shows you what pieces should go there. Unfortunately, it's something that kind of protrudes upwards and takes up space from the bin, which I think is a bad design choice because that makes the pieces harder to fit in the box. And these pieces here, the bin that's designed for these little half circles is not big enough, and they kind of just barely fit in, and sometimes I just have to store them with the hexagons because the one bin for the hexagons is way too big. So that's a little bit of annoyance. Now you do have like this little plastic tray, and that plastic tray is supposed to go in and kind of seal everything in there, seal in that flavor, and make sure that things don't run around, but unfortunately it doesn't do that, and these pieces just run all over the place. So that is kind of disappointing. It's also disappointing that this is a little bit annoying to take on and pull off because it goes flush all the way to the bottom, and I think the design choice should have been kind of cut it halfway down. But I guess if it goes down all the way, it's kind of locks into place. And to be even more nitpicky, when I place this rulebook on here, the box doesn't close flush by like a millimeter. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, come on, it's like a millimeter. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just one of those little things that I'm just like, ah! Outside of that, I think this is a fantastic family game. I think our young gamers will definitely have a lot of fun with that, or people just new to the hobby as well. I really love how bright and colorful all the animals look. Even when you kind of take them off the cards, what's left on the table still looks really nice. I think Animals Gathering is a real winner here. Dugu Wei is a really great designer. He's been great designing lots of great games. He did Yin Yang, he also did Jiangnan, and he's just producing lots and lots of really interesting games. And I think that Dugu Wei is definitely a designer to look out for in the future. The publisher, Wonderful World Games, came out with Touch It last year, which was a really, really surprising game. I loved how simple it was and how quick it got on. Geek and Pink, she loved it. She had tons of posts about it as well. So I do think Wonderful World Games is a publisher to look out for in the future. And combine that with Dugu Wei, then they had a real winner here. So I give this 2 thumbs up. Wonderful World Games should be at Essen later this year, so definitely look out for them there. Once again, gamers, my name's Jay. I play board games from Asia and share what I find with all of you. I'm going to put some links here to some videos that I think you'll enjoy.